Today we're going to cook a roasted leg of lamb, a very simple preparation. And this is inspired off of our trip to Austin and the lamb that we cooked on site. So I figure not everybody has a big wood-burning pit smoker. So I'm going to show you how to do it at home. It's basically the same thing that we did over there. It's one of my favorite ways to do lamb. And what we're going to do is what's called studding the leg of lamb with garlic and rosemary. About 4 cloves of garlic. Try to keep it whole, so I'm going to cut the tips off and then just peel the garlic down. Very thin slices. And then on top of that, we have some rosemary from my garden. I'm going to cut these in just like little twigs. Just kind of hold the knife down and pull up. Hold it and pull up. Maybe one more. Or you can just tear it. So the idea is that we want to get this garlic and this rosemary inside of this lamb leg. Take what I call a set. A sprig of rosemary and a slice of garlic. Then make a hole and put it in there. Shove it down in there. And just space them out. It's about 2 or 3 inches apart. Just spread them out, make it even. Just kind of shove it in there. So when this cooks, especially when on the slow roasting part of this cooking process, that flavor will seep into the meat. I'll flip it over and do a few on this. This is a nice meat side right here. Okay, after we have that on there, we're just going to coat this thing in a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper. And then just get a bunch of salt, lots of pepper. It's important to remember when you're roasting a leg of lamb to not put it in the oven when it's ice cold. We want the meat to be at room temperature for an hour or 2 hours maybe. If it's cold, it's not going to cook very evenly, but if you have it room temperature and you cook it nice and slow, it'll just be kind of all the way through pink, and that's what we're looking for with this lamb. It's just, you know, a very nice rosy pink color. So what I have here set up is some racks. If you don't have racks, you can chop some vegetables and put that down on the bottom. And then the heat can go around this thing and make it nice and even. All right, 15-20 minutes in a super hot oven, like as hot as your oven can go. 450, 500, and we have the fan on. All right, now we've had this searing for about 20 minutes, and you see we got a nice little color on it. And that's about as far as we really need to take it here. So I'm gonna turn my oven down to 275 degrees. Wait about 20 minutes for this to now stop cooking. We want this to completely just settle down. It's got its color, we don't want it to cook anymore. We're gonna turn the oven temperature down, and when that oven temperature comes down, then we'll put the lamb back in and let it cook very slowly. Our lamb now is room temperature and is raw inside, which is exactly what we want. So our oven now is 275. So we're gonna put that back in there and let it cook very slowly. So this has been 45 minutes or so, so we're gonna go through one of these tests and see how warm it is. This should be pretty hot to your lip right now, and as an old chef of mine once said, if it burns your lip, you deserved it because you overcooked the meat. We're just gonna let it rest. If we cut into it while it's hot, all the juices will run. So we wanna let this sit about 45 minutes. So now our lamb is rested. Just very slow, just slice pieces off nice and thin. I like to get a little bit of that skin on each slice if I can. And we're trying to find the grain. See right here, you can see where the muscle is, the grain is across each other, which means it'll be more tender as opposed to cutting it to where the lines, like, you know, here they run straight. So, but you're not, you know, with a leg of lamb, you're not always going to get it just so. But this is how I like my lamb. I don't like raw lamb, you know, I like it to be cooked, you know. I think, you know, this is a perfect example of a nice rosy color. It looks moist, you know, it's got juice, you know, it looks nice and juicy. If you're serving it, you know, this is how I like to do it. Just kind of lay them out on a platter. You know, it's just great, just like that.